Hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. We're in week 4 and this is session 2, which is traditionally quite a tough mid-tier workout. And that's what today's going to be. It's a culmination of everything we've been doing over the past 3 weeks on this plan. So what we're doing today is 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, with 2 minutes rest in between. And we're going to do this as a rate ladder. So we're going to start off at 24 strokes per minute, and then we're going to go up to 26, then 28 and 30. And as such, our pace is also going to go up. So we're going to start off at 2k plus 12, then 2k plus 9, 2k plus 5, and then 2k plus 2. But really, I kind of want, on that last one, I want you to give it full guns at 30 strokes per minute, okay? Now this was actually the June 2020 CTC, the Cross Team Challenge competition row for that month, but it fits in perfectly with the final week of this plan. So I thought, as being we're out of that month, that I just migrate it into here for week 4. So it's going to be a tough row, but you got your 2 minutes rest in between, which is shorter than our typical week session 2 rest, but hey, we're in the final week and this is when it all comes to pass. So because today is going to be a slightly tough session, we're going to go in with a 5-minute warm-up again, okay? So typically run about 18 strokes per minute and I'll walk you through it. So set up your machine first. Make sure your drag factor is set properly. If you don't know how to do that, then I've got a video about it, so please watch. Make sure your monitor is at eye height so you don't have to slump to see it and you don't have to look up in the sky to see it. And make sure your straps are set so that you either cover the bottom lace in your shoe, or if you've got bare feet or socks like me, you can hinge comfortably forwards at the front. There we go. I have a longer intro than normal today, I'm afraid, sorry. But I'm going to crack into this warm-up in 3, 2, 1, go. So just a nice gentle warm-up, certainly to start with. This is about getting you going from 0 to hero. Making sure you've got your entire system ready to go. It's not quite a race warm-up because we're not going full power to start, but 7 minutes at 24 strokes per minute at 2k plus 12 is going to get you as warm as you need to be anyway, and you won't need to be at tip top to start that one. That said, if you want to go longer than the 5 minutes, then either pause this video when you get to the end of the 5 or wind it back and do whatever portion you want to add on to it again. Although, I don't think you'd want to listen to me ramble on about the same things twice. Quite that close together. Just have a quick think about your technique. Just worry for the time being about the body rock from 1 o'clock at the front to 11 at the back, and then back into 1 again, rocking through the hips. Make sure the power from your stroke is coming from a good strong leg drive. This is not an upper body exercise. It's predominantly lower. So your good strong drive from the legs, and then you finish it with a backswing and the arm finish, but most of the power comes from your legs. Then make sure to get the handle over your knees before you bend into return, okay? Just think about that. I'll go over it again during the 7-minute interval. And then when we get to 2 minutes to go in this warm-up, we'll just do the normal single leg and break down in the stroke. Okay, one more stroke, and then take 1 foot out, and then single leg drive. Make sure to still put some power into this, even if it feels a bit awkward. This is about getting you forward into the catch in a comfortable position, with legs at, or shins at vertical, without worrying about the flexibility of two legs. One leg stroke, swap feet, and then continue, because you should find it easier to compress up at the front with only one leg needing to compress. So you can kind of get yourself into this position easier on one leg than two. One last stroke here. And both feet in, bit of a bend to the knees, and then just practice rocking through your hips and finishing with your arms. So rock back, arms in, arms out, rock forwards. Back, arms, arms, back. Back, arms, arms, back. And if you can try and make sure and hold your arms straight as you do your back swing. One more here. Now let's go forwards, arm straight, leg drive. Just practice the biting point of the catch at the front from here. Keep your forward lean and just try and feel that, literally when you catch the flywheel. So just bite without your butt scooting back. Can we do one more? Yes, we can. There you go, that's a 5-minute warm-up done. Keep on moving up and down the rail, have a quick drink, and I'll explain again what we're doing today. Right then, so today's session once again is a 7-5-3-1 minute interval session with 2 minutes rest in between. You're going to be going up through the rates, which means you're going to be going 24, 26, 28, 30 strokes per minute, and you're going to be going, well, down or up, however way you want to see it, for pace. So you're going to go 2k plus 12, then plus 9, then plus 5, then plus 2 on the 1 minute, or I'd still prefer that last minute you just gave it a lot from your legs, okay? But hold the stroke rate. It's not sprint, it's just hold stroke rate, but go powerful. Now, if you want to set your monitor for this, then please make sure to set your rests to undefined rests. What that means is that we'll be able to stay in sync together. So even though I'll have my monitor set for 2 minutes rests, if you just go for undefined, if we end up half a second out here and there, then we'll still be able to start and stop at the same time. Final word about effort level. So if you're going for an effort level point of view, then this is really going to start off at around about a 7, and it'll just kind of work its way up through the 8 and 9, maybe start to tease the 10 by the time you get to the 2 and the 1 minute. But this is definitely a solid mid-level interval workout. Okay, this is a perfect session 2, because it's going to take you through everything you've experienced in the session 2s over the past 2 weeks, where you're going to be at slightly lower rates, but working for a longer period quite hard, and then you're just going to, as your rate goes up, your pace goes faster, and etc, so and the time goes down. So it's all going to be working at quite a similar level, but with only 2 minutes rest, you're going to feel it tough. Speech, well, I think you're going to start off, I'll be okay, I'll be able to talk to you quite well, but as we get towards the end, it might be tougher and tougher and gruntier, but we'll see, okay? So that's it. That's the preamble for today's row. Hopefully you've got your monitor set right by now, because I've gone on for so long. Hopefully you're warm, hopefully you've had a drink, and hopefully you're going to enjoy this row along with me. There we go. So, first 7-minute interval in 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, this is it. 24 strokes a minute. There we go. This is 7 minutes for this first interval. So at 2k plus 12, this one's probably just going to take it out of you in an even balance between cardio and muscle power. In many ways, actually, all of them will, to the same extent. take it out of you in equal measures, but this one anyway. We have other sessions that last longer at this pace and rate. You've managed them so far, so this first interval shouldn't feel too hard. Should be comfortably mid. Remember, this isn't an easy workout. This isn't a recovery. So this is meant to feel tougher than your standard bottom tier. So really what I'm saying is, don't worry if it feels like you have to work at this. That's what the workout is designed to do. Although you might start to feel it tougher and tougher, all that's doing is taking you higher through the possible ranges of a mid workout. And it might just scrape a top tier workout. But it should only scrape. It shouldn't actually dig its claws in. So as we approach the halfway point, I'll just quickly go over the technique points again while you're rowing in anger. So make sure, first up, to have a good powerful back. And I don't mean bolt upright. I mean powerful, and I even think erect might be too much. But basically, as though you're sitting on a carrot that's stuck up your jacksie. So nice and powerful and not rounded and collapsed. And then with that back, you swing from 1 o'clock at the front to 11 at the back, and then back into 1 o'clock at the front. And the point of the powerful back is partly to help you rock through your hips rather than just bending at your back by rounding your lower back or slumping your shoulders. And then as you start the drive with your legs at the front of the machine here, try to maintain that forward lean for as long as possible. With nice straight arms, and only towards the back end of the stroke do you swing your back and pull in your arms to finish the stroke. And then you get the handle away from your body, over your knees, rock your body forwards, and then, only then, bend your knees to bring you forward, ready for the next stroke. All right, 30 seconds to go. This is a comfortable 7 so far. And obviously, I've been able to speak to you most of the way through. Two strokes to go. One more. 0. All right, 2 minutes rest. Then we're into 5 minutes interval at 26 strokes per minute. Keep moving up and down the rail. Have a quick drink. Scratch your face. I need to shave. Can't go back into my lockdown beard again. Sorry. Bit of a choke. Remember, John, drink water, don't breathe water. It's amazing that doesn't happen more often, you know. I know it does happen sometimes, but water just goes down the wrong way. When you think all it is a little flap of skin that closes the pipe to stop it just going directly into your lungs and things. Or maybe it's not a flap of skin, maybe it's magic. Right, so remember, the next one is 5 minutes, 26 strokes per minute, and this time we're at 2K plus 9. So if you just averaged 2 minutes flat on that one, then I want you to go at 157 this time, and try and hold it for the duration of the whole 5 minutes, okay? Even if you're doing an effort out of 10, whatever you start off at, that's slightly faster than before, I want you to hold it. So go 3 seconds faster than you were doing before and hold that for this whole 5 minutes. If you're on undefined rests, press your button now to get ready for the next interval. And then in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we'll go. To 26. It's a harder one to calculate by looking at the clock, 26. So I just have to be a bit more careful. But the counter always says 26. Which it is so far. Now hopefully you're already at 3 seconds faster than before. This will mostly be faster just because you've increased stroke rates. But you may find that you've had to put in a bit more of a leg drive in order to get that stroke rate. But it shouldn't feel ragged. You should still have a nice rhythm. Drive out hard. And then take the recovery on the way back in. Two minutes gone. Still feels like a 7. Although, definitely feeling the start of a burn in my quads. So don't worry if as we have to pass the halfway point, it starts to feel more like an 8. About 7.5 for me. Remember, the key to the faster stroke rates when we get there is not only the powerful leg drive of the main half of the stroke, but also getting the handle away from you again and over your knees, ready to set you up. Because if you don't have the handle over your knees and the body lean to initiate the recovery, you'll find you'll be yanking yourself forwards 1 minute ago using the foot straps and totally not primed for the next stroke. So my advice, if you can't hold or can't row at, more like anything above 26, is to look at what your arms are doing. Are they coming out to initiate your body rock? Or are you trying to slide forward without? Okay, then 3, 2, 1. Good job. Yeah. Next up, 3 minutes at 28 strokes a minute and 2K plus 5. So another 4 seconds faster. So if you just finished that at 154, or was mine? No, it was 157 I said before. If you just finished at 157, I want you to do 153 for the duration of this 3 minute interval. Quickly, what I was talking about with the arms is you pull in, you push away, and as you push away, it engages your body rock forwards, okay? And then when you bend your knees, you go forwards. If you finish like this, and then bend your knees, and then put the handles over your knees, and then bend forward and go forward, it's so hard. You must have abs of steel, of course, but going, and then forward, like that. Doing that is why you can't get up to the higher rates. So coming in and throwing that handle away from you at the same speed you bring it in at, that's the trick to higher stroke rates. It's not about a shorter slide, it's not about being a blue bottom fly up and down. It's about getting that handle away and engaging that forward lean. Okay, if you're on undefined rests, then press your button, get ready to go in 10 seconds. 3 minutes, 28 strokes a minute, 2K plus 9. In 3, 2, 1, go. Try and get your pace as soon as possible. It's only 3 minutes of this interval, so if you spend the first 30 seconds trying to hit pace, you've wasted a sixth of this interval workout. It's another reason why having relaxed arms and shoulders as a trigger is a good thing, because it promotes that recovery of your arms, ready for the next stroke. And make sure as you get to the catch and start the drive that your shoulders are still relaxed, arms loose, grip loose. I don't want the chokehold on the handle. Fingers are hooked over the handle. Under a minute to go. Come on. Definitely feels like an 8, but it's still a mid-tier workout. "30 seconds. Now, 14 strokes. Come on. Stay strong. Legs starting to burn, but still got it in me. Hope you do too. One more stroke. Well done. So one more rest interval, or rest period, and then we're on the final work interval. So still a duration of 16 minutes of rowing, which is where we've been in week 2 and week 3, but just using the stroke power index to level things off. I was still to make a proper lecture video about SPI. Might try and get it done and squeeze it up before I upload this video. Just do it in a rush. Anyway. Point being, if you can put in similar power into your drive on each of the rates, you'll find you get progressively faster, even though your recovery and like your free wheel of the flywheel gets shorter because your rate goes up. If your power per stroke is run about the same, you end up going faster. There's some wacky maths going on in there. And as we all know from session 2 last week, I am not the one to be doing maths while drenched in sweat. So, right, so 1 minute. So all it is 1 minute at 30 strokes per minute. Now, it's only a minute, so if you just give it full pressure, you'll still be within the mid-range, okay? Press your button if you're on undefined rest and get ready to go in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now remember, if you want to just hold it at plus 2 you can, but I'm already at -3. Just give it a good, it's all from the legs. Launch yourself out. Really press, but keep those arms straight as you drive from your legs. Three, 2, 1. Yeah, 2K -3. There you go. A good mid-workout. You'll have felt like you worked hard, but unlike the other session 2s, you shouldn't feel like you're about to fall off onto the floor. Whereas I'll admit, some of those session 2s did feel that way. Just row, okay. It's quite a relatively short one today. If you want to do a longer cool down, then by all means do, but let's kick into the 2-minute one. When I'm rowing on RowPro, the PC software that lets you race people around the world, the cool down we tend to do at the end of it is a 2K. And the goal, well, the goal for some of us anyway, is just to hold 2 minutes 15 pace for the whole cool down. Which would then finish the cool down in exactly 9 minutes. And the goal is to try and get it bang on 9 minutes. Not 8:59.9, not 9 minutes, 0.1. And really what that does is it forces you to concentrate on the amount of power you're putting in, even at low rates or low pressure. Anyway, so that's week 4, session 2 in the bag. A little bit lighter than previous weeks, but there is a reason for that. Which you'll find out if you don't know already. If you want to read more about this rowing plan, then make sure and go to pdprowing.com and also go to indoorrowinginfo.com for info about indoor rowing, including other training plans and teams and competitions and apps and lions and tigers and bears. And of course, make sure and subscribe and comment on this channel at One More Stroke from me. I say if you want to carry on cooling down, especially while I do my last bit of whiffle waffle, then do. But yeah, so knowledge is everything when it comes to this kind of stuff. The more you know, the more you speak to other people in forums and groups and things and share what you're going through, the more help. Sometimes it can be a little bit destructive where you start to hear about bad habits that some guy goes faster or some girl goes faster by leaning right back and putting the handle up at their throats. As long as you try and dismiss the weird stuff and stick to the good stuff, you'll be fine. Anyway, so that's us. Hashtag for today, let's just call it almost the end. Although it's not, because of course the training plan is really just based of various, when it says mid, you do a mid, when you do bottom, you do a bottom, when you do top, you do a top. All it is that I've done 4 weeks worth of a structure that you can follow rather than just picking the odd random row from my library, which I think am I up at like 42 or something, I can't remember. And then as I keep building, you can keep on swapping in them. So basically you could stick to this 4-week plan for as long as I keep making videos. Well, I could just stick to using all the videos I've made already, but you could always make it fresh by adding in new workouts I've done, as long as you pick it in the order for the amount of days you're doing that day, or that week, sorry. If you're on a 6-day training plan, then you make sure you do follow that one, or 5, 4, and 3, you follow that one. So anyway, that's where we are. There you go. It's another long finish, my apologies. Maybe I'm just getting separation anxiety, the fact that we're getting close to the end of this one. It's getting tougher and tougher to say goodbye. I think I said that last week. I'm beginning to repeat myself about repeating myself now. Right, have a great day, stay safe, be well, row strong, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.